Happy October, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I am taking a look at what you have coming up this month. I want to take a look first at what you have coming up in terms of what you're looking forward to. Okay? What are you looking forward to? What are some things you should watch out for? And what should you do to have the best month possible? So this is a choice that you cannot go back from. A bridge has been burned, appropriately so, I'm hearing from Spirit. Some of you may be grieving. You might be struggling with depression right now because of this choice. Rest assured, the universe needed you to make this choice, even if it's painful right now. So you are having a healing moment here. This month, what you have to look forward to so far, and I'm going to pull one more card. What you have to look forward to is healing from a choice that was a very painful choice to make, but was the healthiest choice to make in this situation. It may have been that some family or some friends were putting you through the ringer, and this was the best choice that you could make for yourself, but everybody's in pain right now. It's as if your family, friends, perhaps a romantic partner gave you an ultimatum that was a catch-22 for you, but it gave them a lot of benefit if you had capitulated and just done what they had wanted you to do. So, you've done what is ultimately going to make you happy, even though in the short term, this is a painful choice and you're kind of working through this. But I want you to know that this is going to be a healing month for you. I like this iteration of the Ten of Swords because instead of a pile of swords in a dead person's back, it's an individual looking off into the sunset. It might be a beach or something like that. And it's the sensation that things are over, that now you can move on to the Ace of Swords, which is a new era, a new way of thinking, speaking about yourself, thinking about others, speaking to others, for instance. There is the potential to be able to stand up for yourself a whole lot more now, air signs, because you've allowed yourself to make this choice, to allow the situation to end. It looks like you get to recover from a very destructive individual, a childish individual who thought that they were in charge and that everybody should listen to them because they had something that they felt made them powerful. But this person is ultimately an incredibly immature person and abuses their power, it looks like, with you. Did abuse their power with you. And what you have to look forward to this month is freedom from that. It's over, basically, with this person. A bridge has been burned. You can't roll back now. Let's continue to talk more about what you have to look forward to this month. I'm going to say that's some of your bottom of the deck energy. There might be some more as well. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Wow. Oh my God. I'm going to pick some stuff up. Well, here first is the Hanged Man. So this is an era of reflection. You get to pause and process what all has happened throughout this betrayal period. It definitely looks like this Emperor was doing everything that they could to work against you, and ultimately it failed, right? Because you made a choice that was in your best interests, and now The universe has got you in a place where you are suspended in the place that they want you to be. They, capital T, the universe wants you to be suspended. Your spirit guides, your ancestors want you to be suspended in this fashion, right? They need you to process what happened so that you can move on. It's kind of I'm getting kind of a celebratory hanged person here in this case, because it's something, one, that the universe is happy to have you be in. For instance, it's not a punishment suspension area phase, but you are being asked to look at what happened from a bird's eye view, because now you've been removed from this situation. You made a choice, you've left, and now it's time to process everything from outside the dome, if that makes any sense. You've left the dome, you're outside of it, and now you can see everybody's lives and how they're all intertwined and all fucked up against each other. You can see that now in this position. The universe needs you to see that in order to move into the next era with the best assets possible. Let me get the stuff that fell to the floor. So you had a bunch of cards fall. You have Judgment. This is an opportunity to level up, to see what the universe actually wants you to see. It's interesting. It's kind of a what did you learn? And if you learn the correct lessons, then you get elevated to the next status. So it is an invitation. Are you going to see the lessons that this decision provided for you? Ultimately, I see you coming into your own as the Queen of Pentacles. This is a reflection of the Empress, which is, if she's upright in your case, that means that you are taking care of all aspects of your creativity, let's see, your enjoyment of the arts, enjoyment of the finer things of life, of taking care of your body as well as your spirituality, your emotions. Everything is in balance when the Empress is upright. And here's one clue. We're trying to get something upright here about taking care of what it is that you love, not just what it is that you need, right? And want, right? There's also the things that you love. Maybe you've been putting some creative pursuits to the side because you just haven't had the time. You haven't been able to slow down and take care of yourself properly. Now you're going to be able to do that because this individual is out of the picture. Something can grow now because you've left. And again, we've got a leaving kind of situation going on here. You've left and now you're growing something. It's interesting. At the same time that you said no more, something else instantly started growing. It's like a seed that had been planted in the past phase, and then it's like you leaving was the water, basically, to help start it grow. And now it is. Now you can nourish this because you're nourishing yourself, basically. There might be some really neat spiritual downloads that come through this hanged state of suspension, like spiritual suspension, if you will. Listening to your intuition, doing tarot for yourself, perhaps seeking out a psychic that you trust, that you like to work with, that's also going to help here. But this is a time of really, really deep spiritual exploration to kind of figure out why it is you operate the way that you do. It's a great time to explore your shadow side. And that means the stuff that we aren't necessarily aware of, but that control us behind the scenes. That can be anything, honestly. Let's take a look at some more. What are some things that you have to watch out for this month? Let's shuffle them all back in. I don't know what it is with the black candle over here on the right. That is black. It's not purple. But that little black candle, now the white candle's dancing. Both of them have been dancing for a little bit. There may be an important message in here for you. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. There's something here for you. What do you have to watch out for this month? You do need to watch out for unhappiness. Perhaps not being satisfied with the things that you have. There may be some things that you need to pay attention to that you've been taking for granted lately. And it may be that you may need to be happy about the things that bring you deep satisfaction in the midst of everybody around you being deeply upset about the choice that you made to leave this individual, leave this situation over there with your romantic partner, your family, your friends, whoever those may be. You're deeply happy with this choice. It feels great, but everybody around you is just in chaos. So it may be important not to let their chaos leak into your internal happiness. It may be really important to have there be a thick barrier between yourself and the outer world. Like, don't let anyone disrupt your happiness. Like, literally, don't let anyone, like strangers, it doesn't matter. Everybody from the most intimate people in your life to strangers, don't let anyone into your happy space. Protect it with a powerful barrier. It just may mean that you need to like completely cut people off in some cases. Not everybody's case, right? You need to take that as it resonates because that's serious advice. You need to work with spirit in that regard. Yeah, you're going to have to defend your inner happiness. Okay, so this isn't about necessarily like, this is about loss, but about the loss of stuff that wasn't serving you. What you do have now is happiness that does serve you, that's going to grow over time. Because remember, you had that Seven of Pentacles earlier. Something amazing is going to grow out of this. It's going to take time. But in the meantime, you are under attack. Make no mistake. You are deeply protected, though. I said earlier, a barrier between yourself and the people who want to attack it. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. Just setting aside what the meaning of the card of Seven of Wands is, look at the picture and see how she's in a great space, right? Deeply meditating. She's in it looks like in a desert area. She's in a different space altogether than where these wands are coming from. The universe is protecting you, so enjoy that protection. And this is part of that hanged one, hanged person, and judgment card energy. You're in a special space right now where you are deeply protected and where you can accurately, completely process what happened to end the relationship that you left behind, okay? Yeah. This is a relationship between you and spirit. This is a connection between you and spirit. Finally, some of you may be discovering who your spirit guides are. You might be naming them, for instance. Sometimes a spirit guide will reveal their name, and in other cases they won't. But in other cases, you guys might be finding out some really neat stuff about your spirit guides, possibly some ancestors who have been blessing you through this process. It might have been that you were kind of blocked from really getting in touch with this particular ancestor or spirit guide because you flat out weren't ready for it yet. Now that you're in this hanged person judgment, Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles state, now you are in a position to listen, because it's kind of like being in a very, very quiet room with a whole bunch of noise on the outside. You can't hear any of the noise that's coming in from the outside, but it's absolutely crazy on the outside, but you can't hear any of it on the inside. That's where spirit can speak to you more easily, most easily. I don't know of many spirit guides that are loud. A lot of them are very quiet have very quiet voices. My nose is itching right now, so that's important for somebody, okay? This is not living in regrets. So something to watch out for is to not live in your regrets, okay? Say we have 3 cups, even 4 cups even, that are still good to go. It's time to process the grief and walk away. Allow the bridge to stay burnt and, yeah, put it in the distant memory eventually, right? Give it time. Excuse me. Yeah, this is about leaving behind any grief because I sense that you've done everything that you could have done, or that flat out there was nothing that you could have done at all, even if that was meant taking the highest road possible. That wasn't going to matter because Spirit wanted you out of this situation. You weren't supposed to put it back together. You were supposed to leave it. Yeah, building up defenses. Okay. There may be some temptation for some people to turn around, and this is Spirit saying be really, really cautious of this. Think about what you've built up. Think about how far you've come and don't turn around. That's interesting. I'm getting the story of Lot's wife who turned around to look at the city that they were fleeing, and she turned into a pillar of salt. I'm not saying that anybody's going to be like cursed like that or anything, but there is that kind of like dire warning. Like, be cautious of turning around when Spirit really, really wanted you to leave that situation. And it's okay to grieve the end of something, but don't linger there, okay? Keep running. This is investing in yourself, not loss. Not in this case. This is about investing in yourself for once. It might be about keeping some money to yourself and not necessarily, okay, this is spending it on you. Spending possibly a little bit on the selfish side. What you would consider to be on the selfish side, air signs, okay? It may be that you were a very sacrificial type of spender, very generous, that you love to pour out gifts on other people. And here it's saying pour out those gifts on you. What would you buy? Would you buy someone an amazing Birkin bag? I don't know. Like, what would you buy what would you buy a cool person in your life? Why don't you buy that for you instead? Why don't you give yourself a cool trip to Tahiti or some place like that, or the Bahamas, instead of pouring it out on somebody else? Yeah. Ask Spirit for help. There is also the warning that if you turn around, there could be some loss and you would have to ask for help. In this case, it may be that you need, like, even if you're high vibing and you don't turn around, you keep plowing forward and spend on yourself, there may be still some points that you need to network with some new people. This is going to be a relationship where you need to be guided by Spirit. There may be some people in your life who come through to help that are being led there by Spirit, and you're being told not to reject them. You need their help in this case. That might be that Two of Cups energy too. Some of you may struggle with a little bit of pride, like you don't like to ask for help because that's just not your thing. But in this case, you're being told that, yeah, still spend on yourself, give gifts to yourself, but when help comes along, don't turn it down. There might be a new partner coming in for you folks, okay? New networks. Hang on just a second. So I'm being told that's all. Let's see. Let's do a little bit more on what you have to watch out for this month. Let's shuffle a little bit more. Got it. Tragedy is coming to the people who attempted to hold you back. They're going to go through a deep period of heartbreak because they flat out refuse to grow up. This is where I'm getting that kind of emperor in reversed energy from, because the emperor in reverse is about immature energy. they might really try to reel you back in, because they've got misfortunes all over the place. The universe is really dishing it out on them right now. I'm Yeah, and we were concerned about there being the possibility of some air signs turning around because of this situation. Just know this is what's going on. This is their karma. Hang on just a second, my cat's going. My cat seems to like to go crazy whenever I start filming because she knows my attention isn't on her anymore. This person that you left behind, this family, these friends that you left behind are not going to let you go very easily. Right now they're very hurt and they're stung. They're amazed that you would even make a choice like this. They didn't expect a choice like this from you. I am hearing that they are incredibly jealous of how protected you are. Whether the blessings falling down on you are perceived by them in real life or not, if they're seeing something that you're getting or not, they're just jealous of all the blessings that they think they see or are actually falling on you. They can't stand it. It's that childlike energy, and you're being asked to not turn around and go back, even if they can't stop crying in your ear. If, like, I literally cut them out. Like, if you can, try to get away to a place where you don't listen to them, if that's possible, okay? This might be a good time to reach out to therapy and to work out the best solutions possible for your situation. Ultimately, common sense and good advice from professionals is what's going to help you guide you through this situation. Okay. I want to visit what you can know in order to have the best month possible. I'm using the Uncertain Oracle from the same person who made the Numinous Tarot. What have we got? Sacred Anger. The universe is deeply pissed off at this person who's been holding you back. You're supposed to be an earth angel here to help out other people, and these people have been doing their best to destroy you, keep you from your ultimate mission. You're supposed to be a light worker. You're supposed to be spreading your stuff. You're spreading your light through the darkness and working with the shadow in that kind of regard, in terms of guiding your light through darkness, okay, being that kind of shadow worker. It's like when you exhaust the anger that the universe has for what happened, that's how you get to the other side of accepting that what happened happened, and that it's made you a better person, that you are on the other side, that there's no way that you would go back. You've so radically changed that it just wouldn't even cross your mind. You just don't even recognize the person who was in this kind of situation before. So that says pathways. I don't know that it says that if you see that very easily. That says solstice. So we are coming up on a winter solstice, and we just had a fall solstice. There may be something that over the passage of time you discover new ways of moving forward, just because it's over, right? Like we had with that Ten of Swords at the very, very beginning. When everything's been exhausted, it's it doesn't make sense to hang out there anymore. It's time to move on. And it's such a happy card. It, like bright greens and blues. It kind of gives a sense of starting over with neat stuff, right? Like starting over with a garden. I don't know. But you have neat stuff to look forward to this month, air signs. That's pretty much it from Spirit, okay? Air signs, I hope that you have a good October and happy Samhain, okay? Have a great day.